Wes-tone here, sewing machine repair. In order for my customers to receive the highest level of service and quality possible, I have created these standard operating procedures for each category of machine that I service. You can see them listed here along the bottom in blue. Each one of these standard operating procedures is carefully crafted in chronological order for maximum efficiency. I also have every lubrication point listed so that I never miss one. Even if a machine is running optimally, it's important for me to at least glance at every inspection point to make sure that there's nothing unusual happening. Every adjustable parameter is listed on here, and if you get the full service, I'm actually going to inspect and adjust every one of those parameters to make sure it's in optimal working condition. I also have notes in here to remind myself to remove my components from the machine. I also have notes in here to make sure that I'm recording the work order details, because a lot of times when you're just running machine after machine after machine, you forget a lot of these little details, and then the service quality just goes down the drain. Each of my SOPs are color coded so that I know at a glance which one I'm looking at without having to scroll all the way up to the top and make sure I'm back on the correct page. I also have this flag column, so it doesn't really act like a checklist, so I don't actually check every box when I'm done with it. But what I do is during the initial inspection, if I notice that the needle is not centered, I'll flag that so that later on, once I remove the covers, I can come back to that and adjust it when I have access to the adjustment point. These SOPs allow me to eliminate 99% of the defects that might occur during a service. Because if you don't have a standard operating procedure, your mind just kind of goes in any old direction. It eliminates tons of second guessing. It eliminates scatterbrain and just creates a necessary template to ensure the highest quality and thoroughness and standard that is possible. I've worked really hard on crafting these standard operating procedures for maximum efficiency so that I'm able to return my customer's machine in very little time. Plus, I could share the standard operating procedure with the customer so that they can be assured that they're getting their money's worth. They can also be assured that there's not just some hack job in the back room banging around on their machine. They can be assured that their machine is in the hands of a professional. Another huge benefit of these SOPs is that I've included technical information so that I don't have to constantly be referring back to the service manual, which is a very cumbersome document. I've extracted the details I needed, put them on here, and I have them at a glance. A lot of these numbers can be memorized over time, but there are certain machines that I just don't service very many of, such as a Sashiko machine or say a multi-needle embroidery machine. An entire year could go by with me having not serviced one of these, and I won't be any less efficient because I've got the SOP in place. All I need to do is follow the order, and I don't need to wonder and scratch my head and try to remember how to service one of these. Now, I happen to be a sole proprietor, but if you're working in an organization with lots of other people, SOPs become that much more valuable so that everybody's doing the same process and everybody's always on the same page.